goes. Playing some good music here. Welcome you guys back. So I mentioned concepts before. I'm gonna talk about 3 more elements to like the adjustment when I talked about the stick thing. So like I said, whether or not you're just, when you look at it, talking about 3 elements, it's a shape you can move in 3 dimensions. And so here's the elements that I'm gonna bring up here. So obviously, when you have a stick with you, you can gauge how far something is. You're talking about your body is a still thing, your body this and other still things, obviously, but the part of it that you're doing when you're talking about movement is where you can use this to, when you move something freely, that movement is supported, so we're talking about the second element here. You can defend, you can you can do other measurements of full 3D area, not just a line that you would, like the first thing, comparing to a stick. So the third thing I'm talking about here, besides your body has weight, but when you're talking about balance, you're talking about what you have. So we're talking about just a stick, and relating it to the adjustment. Your balance can be adjusting to things in the room or a stick, or you can adjust with a stick. You can use a stick to reach. So those are some martial arts, also Mantu, Egyptian elements. When I see the hieroglyphics, I think about these type of things, and so that's why I really do like training with just a stick. Obviously this is a cane, so there is things that relate to something that's been formed, but depends on how you describe something. If you have a complete straight stick that's just, hasn't been constructed as from its natural state more, there's less things that will break if it falls apart. So not that I'm gonna break something, but everything has gravity on its own. When you pick something up and return it back to where it is, that's what I'm referring to in this concept here. And so that's what I mean is meditation. So basically that sums up something I didn't want to really forget to bring up. That obviously those are things you can really look about and try to gain a sense for relating concepts, and including meditation, peace, the breathing, the relaxing, those things, and the mentality you have to use balance to control is an expression, itself. So yeah, it's definitely something to look into. Straight stick that's gonna fall is still obviously something will happen to it, but it's elements when you look at it, what you're using your weight to carry to adjust, that brings about footing and your state of defending, how you're gonna defend when you're in a fight or in combat or in somebody's sparring or however the situation is. But yeah, I was playing music because I wanted to really, before I really get into picking up any of these or anything like that, I wanted to discuss a story because I see a lot of media people and there's so many things going on and talk about that people are doing nowadays, and they're arguing over everything, and at the same time there's a lot of things that are just positive that you can focus on. So I have a story I'm going to explain to you guys now about the Gala Day story of people and okay, so a few things wrong there. Charge, let me put this music. So the story that I'm gonna tell you about, it's what I wanted to relate to a lot of things that have to do with the media, the information about media, people, media information about people, media people. Like I said, the story about the Gala Day, traditional story in Yoruba people, so about the people, the Ketu people, land, Awari people in Ketu. And, I was told this story, by my dad. And, it's basically, it has to do, it's about, in Ketu land, they had this, people there that did their festival the way they did, right? And, this man came to the land and he sees the festival going on there, and he hears their drumming. They have this big tall drum. It's called the Bedu drum. Bedu drum, and so this guy is pretty inspired about it, and he goes to listen, and after listening for a while, he decides he's gonna join, but he builds his own drum, and it's like he gets the parts, he gathers them, goes off and builds a drum that's about similar to the tall big drum, and he just made it half the size, and so he goes out there and he's drumming, he's joining, he's like, he sees them and he sees them. He tries to join them, when he gets there, they basically they tell him that what do you come in here with? You have, what kind of drum is that? You trying to drum with us? No, you can't come here and play with us, So he just he keeps doing what he's doing. He has his own time having fun with his festival by himself. He's dancing, he's drumming, just enjoying himself. But these guys basically told him no, so he goes off to another place and he just keeps enjoying and does his own festival traditionally, his own self, and eventually people really like what he's doing. People around in the community are like, hey, that's a dope music dance you have there, and they all start joining him. Children come around and they join in on the festival to help him, and they start doing the same type of dance, and so after a while, the man eventually he goes away, and the children just continue doing the festival because they really they enjoyed the festival so much they kept it up on their own, you know. So after some time of them doing that, the whole community starts building around, and they're like, this is, you know, their favorite event. A lot of people in the community, all the elders, you know, come around, and they're all, you know, cheering this new festival, you know, and so one day this rich man rides through, and he comes in, you know, he's just like coming through town. He's on a high horse type of shit, and he's just like, what kind of thing is this? That's not traditional. What are you guys doing? You guys can't be doing this stuff here. That's an awful way to do this music, this dance. And it takes all their instruments, just goes off and tells them, don't ever do that dance, you know. And so after some time, this man isn't seen for a while, and one day, you know, he's really fallen ill, and you know his family's like panic. He come to him and don't even know what's wrong, and he's getting so messed up, and his physical self is sick. He's getting so badly pain. He's like, all his family looking for what could do to solve his problem, and they finally find the elders of that place there, and these elder women, and they told him that was their favorite festival. How could you, you know, that's why that thing is on you, because that was the favorite festival of all these women, these elders in the community, and they use that's the Gelede itself, the power of that, you know, to you know, tell somebody who's just, you know, in their, you know, childhood innocence, friendly way that they can't be, you know, and that was on that person, that, you know, I mean, you know, that means you don't, where you stand doesn't have any backing, you know, where, you know, that was what the elders, they said, you have to, you know, come here and really pray and beg for forgiveness, first of all, to, you know, to be a part of the people again, and joining their festival. And you need to start making the masks and all these things that, you know, the things that he hated before. He has to be, you know, helping, support, and return all that. So hey y'all, so I'm back to my subject of these beautiful swords from Leosaur. You know, I can't think of anything better than what they've given me here, man, as far as not only the respect, their, you know, culture of kindness, their whole, you know, quality of all those things, you know. I'm really truly honored by not only the way they're dealing with me, quickly responding and helping me out, you know. So I definitely like when somebody is organized, and you know, the community is all about respect. Everyone, you know, everyone should show cultural respect. The story I've told of my work, I've, you know, taught certain you know, Asian groups, Korean cultural center, you know, women there, the story, you know, from my homeland, you know, myself, just an important story that I make sure to keep in my consciousness, you know, and remember, you know, the purpose of it. Dance itself, you know, has to be brought to the integrity of every other profession, you know, for the purpose of it, you know. So, yeah, definitely certain people really interfere with that, rather than showing blessings, they don't want to really see that it's all one thing, There's nothing wrong with looking inside yourself to look for self-defense, and always remember that you're using it for that, I have kindred spirit with looking at the samurai, the martial artist, and that's what you're supposed to do, is really use yourself, use your eyes to look inside yourself, and that good freedom that you have, you look at it and there's nothing wrong with identifying with what you see in your philosophy, so it's a freedom of good nature, feel really great turning with a stick or one of these, Japanese or Chinese katana. The one that I'm talking about here, they're not sharp, Just gonna, I bought definitely special ones from them, so wanna share some of the engravings that I chose to write about, and as far as meaning and purpose, that's definitely something to look into, I was with a Japanese group at the Obon Festival. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's the day, like a Day of the Dead festival that they celebrate in Japan. It's at their cultural center out there in LA somewhere, I think nearby downtown Chinatown, and they had a real nice museum with Rumi and his poetry and words of philosophic understanding and stuff like that. I actually want to research some of that, but again, because I know I looked at something, but I don't have it in my head right now. But anyways, these are engraved, with the Chinese word here, and traditional Chinese. And see if you can get a close look at the engravings here. That's you saw it in the sunlight too. It's really, really nice. Just clean. It's like looking at water in a river. The riverbed is this beautiful metal I got here. So this Hobao Enfant Shanshan. So still getting it down, but Hobao Enfant Shanshan is the river placed the panther in the mountain. The bounding river placed the panther in the mountain, and that's something I definitely look as far as when we talk about symbolic things of all these people in the world that have a microphone that's talked to. Just one crowd is a thing, but a global level of different size crowds, that's something you don't want to mistake. And all this war and stuff, somebody can use their words to try to stop that. You see these people are just, oh, we're celebrities and we sing all these things about meaning and everything, but then at the end of the day, it's just, it's just something that doesn't occur to people. Ziggy Marley signs a petition to actually support Israel rather than, joining people who want to speak out about people getting killed, It's So those are real histories, you know. That's why, you know, people are affects people. You know, everybody's weaker because of somebody not standing up for moral confidence and conscience and those type of things, and shutting themselves off at the time that they choose. Everybody on this world chose where their philosophy goes, where their physical self goes. So war has nothing to do with that. You know. So yeah, I told you about the one last time. I didn't say that. Let's see. Ganda Chanju Yini is you know, feel the beauty of the frogs plant, and that's this one right here. Keeping, just feels good to really use all these equipments that they have there giving you here, man. Got a nice bag and everything. Let's see if we can get a good. Gandao Chan Chuyeni. This one I'll save for next time, but it's Si Yu Hong Wu Wu. So that's I'll try to put it. If you go to Facebook, there should be words you can copy and paste. If you want to know the translations, how it looks, you can just use Google. That's what I have, is the Google Translate app. But yeah, those are some important meanings to me, you know. About Anfang Shan is, you know, the bounding river placed the panther, the leopard in the mountain. The river placed the panther in the mountains. You know, fear is as much as it is understanding is a life that it'll